let's start the gathering people that were informed about the tour. Look at this, I'm very busy place at the monument like in Dubai, Burj Al Arab, but it's not Burj Al Arab, not 920 feet, but a little lower. Hello everyone, we gather in the group for the guiding tour. We walking behind me Hotel Rzeszów, as you see the name, and very busy alley. But the most attractive place behind me, like a mandorla, like the almond, that is the monument of revolutionary deed from time of communism. But on the way we getting the Jewish matters, also communist matters, interesting facts around the place because you wish to see in such form the guided tour. Have a look around. This way, that alley was the old name 22nd July. The time, hello great Andy, that was the celebration of National Day in time of communists. That's why 22nd July alley. And that alley, east-west, like that direction Krakow, 170 kilometers. That was the Lenin alley, and now the bus turning right to the right direction, Lviv, Odessa, Crimea, got this way, east-west. But this way, north-south, very busy place. And look at this, it looked like some people say the Communist Party former building, and like a vagina, the monument 38 meters high, with the Nike. Nike, you see the goddess of victory. You know, if you, of course, everyone connecting Nike with shoes, but it's the Nike goddess of victory. And that is the monument of revolutionary deed. And we're going with that monument around. That's why I tell you more about the such construction. Nice, as you see, weather slowly is coming winter earlier. Temperature like a plus 7 degrees Celsius, sunshine. But the weather is slow, but it's important sky and no wind and no rain. And have a look, that is the city Rzeszów. 220,000 people is like a, you know, modern old, but much more like a Warsaw. The top modern Hotel Rzeszów with a shopping mall, and like a busy alley with roads like in Warsaw. And what's this on the other side of monument? The monument was put on the, was opening, unveiling of monument on the 1st May 1974. That's why monument is as old as me. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Just much more good afternoon. Sorry, because 3 p.m. Polish time, Central European time. That's at 3 p.m. And the monument is exactly 51 years old. That's also interesting. Marian Konieczny, we see his face even, and art in the Rynek is the exhibit showing such works of the Marian Konieczny. He did also something for Algeria. On that side you see like the three figures getting out, like out from the mandorla. Getting little closer the view. Look at this. First on the right is the soldier with a flag, then is the farmer, and then worker. That's why on that side, such 38 meters high is not Burj Al Arab, not the most expensive hotel in the world in the Dubai, but it's such Rzeszów. I tell you why the name Rzeszów is also interesting. Hello, Susanna. Hello. Hey, we are not in Dubai. We are in Poland, South Poland. But from communist era, they survived such beautiful monuments. one of the best works of Marian Konieczny, in my opinion. The local citizens against the communists, they wish to destroy that monument, but we preserve it, and now the monument is now under protection of the local government and should stay forever. They constructed in 1974. The monument of revolutionary deed or revolutionary act. Of course, is matter of Russian Revolution. Look at this, even the monument is orientating to the east side. That was the Soviet Union in that time, that as such, and they're facing with Nike direction Berlin, because was the conquering Berlin of Stalin. Okay, but the All Saint Church in the Old Town. We're walking also to Old Town, but look at this, there are any skyscrapers. There is the highest skyscraper in the matter of block of flats with apartments, like an apartment block, the highest in Poland. And the building, it's similar to Communist Party in Warsaw, because there was also a Communist Party building. Now is the voivodeship administration, like province government. The province is here Subcarpathian province. The province is the capital Rzeszów, and Rzeszów in the east they've got the Ukraine. We've got only 49 miles to Ukrainian frontier. In the south we've got the Slovakia, and the north Lubelskie voivodeship, and in the west, of course, Małopolskie with Kraków. But look at this from that perspective again. The former Communist Party building. That part was the old village Ruska Wola, is like a Russian village. Everything is chaotic in one moment we're going through. I'm feeling like in Warsaw in that such part. That is the complex of shopping mall and hotel Rzeszów. And look at this again. And the former artery of Lenin Street, and then across 22nd July Avenue. That was the monument of revolutionary deed, symbol of Rzeszów, and preserved because the locals wanted destroyed that interesting monument on that side. Yes, let's go now through the busy bus station, through the interesting passage over, and then we're getting first to Jewish quarter, so-called the former Jewish quarter and Jewish ghetto in Rzeszów. That happened something. Okay, let's go. We see in one moment the nice passage. It's the similar like in Warsaw, the very busy station is over there, railway station and bus station, of course. E-scooters everywhere. You have to be careful to not be killed by scooter. Such little skyscraper. Sorry, no gimbal. It's very spontaneous live stream, but it's important that I managed to do live stream for you. That is about the 1 hour 15 minutes. Don't worry, that you could watch later also, but it's important sharing information about live stream. I very appreciate if you then. That is the bridge of the orchestra for the Christmas charity. Interesting, made of glass, the upper part, and I give you the what is behind me. And in the perspective, you still see the monument of revolutionary deed. This is still the symbol of all Rzeszów, the revolutionary deed. Then hello everyone, Vika, thank you for the tipping, supporting. Don't remember about the such little funk. And look at this, that is like a beautiful round shape part, showing also old buildings in Rzeszów. But we see that much better later. But look at this from that perspective again. I'm showing the Mandorla, the monument of revolutionary deed. In Polish, pomnik czynu rewolucyjnego. 1974. And very similar to Warsaw, busy avenue, former Lenin Avenue. That direction, Kraków, and on the other way, this direction, Lviv, Kiev, or just Odessa, Crimea. Only 49 miles to Ukrainian frontier. Yes, and let's go a little bit to on the other side the street. Especially I taking such trick to walk over modern bridge to avoid the staying on the zebra, and our live stream should go fluently. Okay. And generally, how are you guys? How are you feeling? Would you like to share information about live stream? Appreciate if you did like it. Temperature now in Poland, you know, is about the plus 7 degrees Celsius. With no more than 48 Fahrenheit. Don't forget, Fahrenheit was from Poland, from Gdańsk. Okay, and then we're getting a little bit to Ghetto Hero Square. That is the part that started the interesting Jewish heritage part. And the Communist Party, you know, communists had the big fish, Wierchuszka. They had to always have such beautiful big buildings. Much more, we got there like a central communism, also connecting like a state capitalism, not pure communism. That the best got all for themselves. Okay, and then we getting to Sobieski Street. That is the square with the theater of Rzeszów. You know, it's not easy in the busy moments. This live stream, but we're getting too slowly to pedestrian part, and I show you much more. But you see, simple life is not AI. Everything is live, normal work days for people. In Rzeszów is also Rzeszów University, and in one moment we see the theater also. Okay, now let's go to the only the pedestrian part. Is the much safer to walk, and we're starting with that part. Okay. Okay. And then we're getting such part on the left. Oh, and then we see symbol of the defending Poland. You know, here in Rzeszów there were battles. Of course, is the airport, and that is the wash, the Polish, the aircraft. The place for navigator was lower part, and there's the appreciating the all aviation in Rzeszów. That was the aviation school, and very skilled pilots came from Rzeszów. There's the theater on the right. And let's keep streaming, don't give up. Obviously, not a lot of people on the live, but we appreciate that you find a little time to even put the live stream to making a little bit pep on it. Okay. And you see the plan of Rzeszów. Town Rzeszów, city of Rzeszów, sorry, there's such situated on the Wisłok river, and we're getting from the chaotic place because here was the railway station, like a Ruska Wola, Russian village, and then we're getting to the downtown, to the old town, to the castle also, and we're finishing at the Wisłok river. That's quite such friendly walk. And this important weather, no rain. Yesterday, the few days, the last days were horrible, the rain, infeasible to take any live stream. But always if I found any gap, wedding clothes on the part, I always do something for you. Yes, the Rzeszów is now the capital of the voivodeship Podkarpackie, Subcarpathian region, and very economically very strong city, because the people, they always even commuting to Rzeszów from different small villages around. In the south there are Carpathian mountains, mainly no work, and here is the chance to work the modern offices, we say corporations. Oh, look at this, how beautiful mirroring houses in the such house car. And in one moment we're getting at first to Jewish matters. In that place was the former Jewish ghetto. And before me that made the film Olga. She got the good film from Hego company, and she made it only about the Jewish matters. I tried to the more than Jewish, I said a communist accent or current Rzeszów, what's going on now, how the people live. I always try to show little people going to work or after work, going to school, after school, and the Ghetto Hero Square. Look at this. Here is such the place that was the blood mixing with soil. Jewish ghetto 1942-43 exists here, and look at this. At first size was big, capacity for 25,000 Rzeszów Jews. I tell you more, that was so many Jewish families in the old town that only one non-Jew was the Kościuszko monument in the Rzeszów, in the Rynek. But the ghetto was then, after relocating to deportations to the Bełżec death camp, 2,000 Jews according Action Reinhardt. They left only very small group of Jews, but the splitting ghetto for Ghetto A for work fit, Ghetto B unfit, and the Holocaust survived only 360 Rzeszów Jews. That's why it was the very, very reduced. But we see again the communist accent, the Jewish Ghetto Hero Square, but here in the 1,000 years of the history of Poland, in 1966 was the next monument earlier than the first that we saw of the whole victims of the martyrs of liberty after at the end of Second World War. That is interesting monument, but it's not so sexy like the first that we saw at the beginning. Hey Monica, thank you for sharing. That group of interests is as always very small, but I keep doing, obviously it's very cold and not pleasant, no gimbal, but they decided to do something for you, and I do the live streaming about the Rzeszów, and we walking at first to see heroine from Warsaw. Irene Sendler was not from Rzeszów, but the Rzeszów they wish to commemorate the big heroine for Warsaw. She saved 2,500 Jewish children in Warsaw. And I will be tomorrow just in Warsaw. I suppose that is that I get also one live stream for you. And look at this. Here is the commemorating heroine Irene Sendler. 1910, 2008, she died at age 92, but she was buried in Warsaw. Yes, that is the nurse. That do you see even the bridge between Ghetto A and B? The Jews had to walk between the ghettos in Warsaw over such bridge. But she was not from here. That is only commemorating Irene Sendler. And then in one moment we see the two synagogues connecting with old Jewish quarter. That park that we walked, enchanting park, that was the former Jewish cemetery. But the tombstones, they were used as the pavement for the streets and simply destroyed. And Germans always mocking with the former culture in such way. That's why there is here commemorating plaque of existence. In the new over there is the new synagogue, but now the gallery. And over there is the old synagogue connecting with passage with the rabbi house, but now a cave. No more synagogue on the places, no more Jews in Rzeszów generally. That is, you see, the only Rzeszów local patriots that emigrated to Israel sponsored the two plaques. One is information about the David Kurtzman, Alter Kurtzman, that created orphan house in Krakow, and then relocated with children here, and then to death camp Bełżec. David Alter Kurtzman, 1942, according the Action Reinhardt, killed in Bełżec. And then we getting next plaque. That is very important, because here is the written in Hebrew, and then that I might weep day and night over the slain of the daughter of my people. There is such sentence here. Oh, look at this. That is much better. Okay, you see the Star of David on the corner, and I show you also where were the gates to the ghetto. Now in the former synagogues also is archive. You see Archiwum Państwowe. You see everywhere the cross, that is the Maltese cross, is the coat of arms of Rzeszów. And we're getting a little bit up for the steps. As you see, I'm climbing a little up. 7 people in the house. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining more of you maybe joining me. And in one moment we got the other accent with the, in my opinion, very interesting monument showing Polish inglorious bastards. Inglorious bastards. Who was the inglorious bastard in Poland? Soon is the answer. Okay, and have a look here. That is like a shape of human. Is the hill. Professor Szajnak made the project, and they were silent and unseen. 316 members of the Polish Home Army, they were schooled by the British MI6, and that is the monument of silent and unseen. You have to say that is the interesting idea of project. Look at this. That shape is getting behind me, and you could stay even in the monument thinking about it. But this shape is the very special. Now sunset here in Rzeszów is earlier than in Kraków. And look at this, the monument in the such form, yes? That is interesting. That's why they're silent and unseen. There are a group of the parachuting groups that supporting and also the hiding Jews. There is some they organizing such support for them. Are they important from the government in London? We're responsible. And look at this. We're getting through the, in my opinion, the narrowest street around the Rynek center, and we are still in the territory of ghetto. The street Przesmyk, and then behind that you see in the panoramic view the skyscraper, the highest in the Poland, now 220 meters high. Georgian restaurant. See Georgian accent, and look at this, such very cute narrow street. In Krakow we don't have such narrow streets. Ambassador, Hotel Ambassador on the part, and just in the background slowly coming up the town hall of Rzeszów. We see what's going on in the town hall, the part. That was there also a lot of financial institutions, like here in the Przesmyk. There was exactly here was the way to get on that part. That's exactly that part. But that house and the corner, that was also any financial small the casino now is the moment, but was the interesting the building that was the former financial part before war. But I tell you, there were much more Jewish owners than Polish. There was a sad joke, the only monument of Tadeusz Kościuszko, the palms is getting warmer, and only Tadeusz Kościuszko was only one Pole staying in the Rynek. We are in the Rynek, and that house is important. Now is the Sala pub, club lounge, things like that, nice smell of food. Rynek 15. That was the before war. During the war was the pharmacy, and the Polish family hiding Jews in the cellar. That's why that is that important place, also on the edge of ghetto. And I heard any protest in Kraków. There are still Ukrainians. They got such own demonstration. But what's going on? Here is the Rynek in Rzeszów. Look at this, very picturesque, and the well. The girl shouting through the microphone. And look at this. Over there, the Tadeusz Kościuszko, the Polish-American national hero. He was such the the Thomas Jefferson said, the purest man of liberty, friend to Jews, Indians, women equality. And the joke was during the war, that was the only one Pole, he's in the Rynek, there's only Jews were around. But look at this interesting, she's talking about the illegal using drugs or things like that, medicine. It's about the torture is about. She's reading from the text. You know, reading from the paper is not the main thing. She got the ready to go text. But look at this. Here is the town hall of Rzeszów. Beautiful style. We say neo-Renaissance style, of course, transformed in 19th century. But in one moment, as I promised, I tell you more about the construction of monument of revolutionary deed. There were some pictures showing that. And there is this attraction also for kids, underground Rzeszów. You could walk over cellars and you see that was the old cellars, old level of Rzeszów too. And look at this here. That is the mandorla that we started. Is the coat of arms of the Rzeszów and Nike, and that monument we saw at the beginning of tour. And now I tell you more, as I promised, about the author of the monument, Mr. Konieczny. Have a look. Here is in Algeria. He made such a beautiful co-product. Of course, other architects were also with him. But look at this, how such interesting shape. And now you could compare with the current monument. He's also the Grunwald Battle monument in Krakow of him, Zamoyski monument. But look at this, in Philadelphia, Tadeusz Kościuszko monument in Philadelphia. Hello, all American watchers. That is the 1979. That is the unveiled the monument as the Polish nation gave for Americans. Wyspiański and of course JP2, but in Licheń. JP2 had to be. Is the piano. You could play piano over there. Look at this, such interesting high culture accent, full system. Yes, and look at this. As I promised, we see Marian Konieczny smoker. He was chain smoker, but he made also Lenin monument in Nowa Huta, and his work by the preparing the monument of revolutionary deed. You see Nike again. You see Marian Konieczny in action, and the most important moments here, preparing the faces. Look at this. All was the made of him. That was we see person with passion, and very good that monument was preserved, not undestroyed. Look at this, the such special laurel leaf, the symbols, the shape like a laurel leaves, such very interesting. That is such the shape of the part. Okay, but let's enjoy beautiful cold sky. And the alone girl talking something. She said, I'm stabbing with on my back with someone. That's very, I think, is the little aggressive speech. Okay, let's go. Oh, someone is trying to play, you see? Okay, let's go. We're getting to the most and the oldest street on Rzeszów, and also the most representative Paniaga. But now we're getting Kościuszko Street, because we started with the over there. That was the revolutionary deed monument, and then we walking Paniaga, one moment Paniaga, but now we're going Kościuszko Street. That is the pedestrian zone, very safe. Everywhere Maltese cross, the symbol of Rzeszów. I forgot to tell, in that direction is also Greek Catholic Church. They reused the old cemetery chapel. And now in Poland there are 150,000 Greek Catholics and 500,000 Orthodox. That are such the people. That's why they're such part. Look. And the people they founded that street, the restoration, they make the commemorating plaques. Very clean. Of course, ice deal place for us, ice eater, even such called, and the eating ice. And the the symbol of the old town is also belfry from the main parish church in the Rzeszów. Grunwaldsee. Oh, the sound of bell. Oh, look at this. Listen to. Oh. That is the Grunwald Street cross. I say the little quirky town because it's not the big town, but the full choice of restaurants. Okay, we got a half-hour live stream. Okay, and then one moment we're getting Mervin. Thank you for joining. Could you share that information? Okay, you are moderator of my tour. Thank you, and please share information because I am not going longer than up to 1 hour maximal. That's why it's about the 25 minutes live stream. I show you the interesting, the father of the blues in Poland, a nice monument, and we go walking the oldest street in Rzeszów. Great, thank you, appreciate Malvin, appreciate always. Okay, and have a look, center of rings. We're preparing for Halloween. Very cool locals, you know, they've got the nice pubs. How I forget. From Rzeszów, there is the famous filmmaker was born here, Fred Zinnemann. He's got the 4 Oscars for their own work, especially for the film At the Same Noon. That's why it's very appreciated. And this is the Paniaga, the main street. Also going to the castle, they were walking to the castle, and on the right side the belfry from that side. Yes, they're going people on the scooter. And Paniaga we could a little go slow down because it's in the weekend. The weekend is so crowded that was difficult to walk through. With my visitors, I couldn't walk through that path. Yes, that is the Rzeszów, 250,000 people. I think that's such in the town capital of the voivodeship, Carpathian voivodeship. Oh, you see there's the name of Rzeszów here written, Rzeszów. See, Rzeszów, there. And we got also kebab. But look at this, the father, księgarnia is the bookshop, and the father of the blues is watching at us. Mr. Tadeusz Nalepa, vocalist, guitarist, composer, the creator of the band Breakout, and father of Polish blues. Look at this, that is the very important. Father of Polish blues, Mr. Nalepa. If you like the Polish blues, you could follow him. There's a Tadeusz Nalepa. He died 2007. That's why he's the legend. He's the legend of Polish blues. The weekend is of course much more busy. Yes, country in Europe, of course. You see the such cool sweetery shop, but the blue mandals. But you see, it's a little cold. You see also the foreign visitors visiting Rzeszów, but they're going on their way, visiting Palace, Łańcut, visiting the Jewish traces, the heritage matters, and there's a much more just on the way. Okay, Irish pub, as always Irish pubs. They appeared first in Poland after communism. You see Irish pub Galway. And the little photographies from the old Rzeszów. Look at this, what's going on here. Thank you, Melvin. Have a look. The old photographies, they're showing old Rzeszów at the turn of 19th and 20th century. Such part. There's the little also life in Rzeszów. People after work. There's a lot of people. There are some banks that you see at the end and court, and the people, clerks, slowly they're finishing work, and they going earlier home. Have a look. 3rd May Street at the turn of 19th and 20th century. Such interesting. Still the people are. Oh, here's the Texas bar. Philippines instead. But I got you good time. I think 3 p.m. is the very universal time for live stream because I getting even Philippines. Great, my friend. Thank you that you are. But you know that cold, 7 degrees Celsius plus Celsius. That is the people are. And let's go. Żabka is the 7-Eleven shops everywhere in Poland, open from the 6 a.m. till 11 p.m. like a 7-Eleven with cafeteria. Here is the National Bank building over there, as you see. National Bank building. But the Paniaga is the relaxing place for the taking stroll. Now is the Polish Airlines and Lufthansa got the Oh, perfect. This is just great. I had to put the such. I know the super chat. I know the such thing I should activate. I don't know. I've got some activated people. If they wish to something, that is the getting. Okay, there's the phone auction at the house, but now is any nightclub. So things like that. They see name Rasputin on that part. Rasputin, and then the church, Holy Cross Church. That was the former PRist school and church. And look at this, it looked similar like in Warsaw. That is this, especially during the sunset, the facade is very impressive. Yes, and the Jagiellonian Street over there with Dr. Max. Such making clean the windows. Such the extra, but it's the such view on the Paniaga. Paniaga is the name. Paniaga. That was the also name of the street, Lord Street. The Lord Street. There was the tradition before a war. They cleaned even with soap. The street there should be there with clean shoes. Had to walk through. Yes, and usually I tell you the truth. The people say, "What do you do in Rzeszów? There's nothing there." No. There's no place that would be nothing. There always you find the pearls, and the pearls, diamonds are at the end of tour. In one moment we're getting the summer residence of family Lubomirski, Summer Palace, and beautiful Chestnut Alley. They are also the most beautiful villas and the castle. The castle, and I show you even where was the site of Gestapo, but during the communism, the secret service got their own investigating rooms there. That is such my fresh discovery. That's why you could show something interesting. Prime Minister Sikorski visited the place too. That's why it's commemorating also Sikorski. Look, black cloud behind me, but the perspective is very interesting. Everywhere Uber delivery. And in one moment we see the cinema Zorza. It means like lightning, like Northern Lights, the oldest cinema in Rzeszów. It's the kino Zorza. Zorza it means the lightning. And on the opposite side, the first commercial bank, PKO SA, like joined the first bank, and then the other is the PKO BP. But look at this PKO BP is the Polish bank, like a German Sparkasse saving bank. That is the with Mauritius style turrets. That's a very interesting part. That's why the upper part is the Mauritius part. That's why bank. It's very transparent. Okay. And let's go the most enchanting alley that you, I think, you don't regret that we're walking through. Commemorating strzelcy, the shooters defending Rzeszów. Oh, this is such commemorating park. And let's go the summer residence of family Lubomirski. Very close here is beautiful Łańcut palace of family Potocki, also of Lubomirski. But look at this event decoration of the pumps. Such the making nice style. That's why the such pump. And here in one moment we see the summer residence and the highest skyscraper. There's the block of flats in Mother in Poland and 220 meters high. Look at this, the palace of family Lubomirski, and the skyscraper, also in the shape of mandorla. Yes, you saw that in the beginning of film, mandorla, and the palace is from the 17th century of family Lubomirski. Now is some concerts are organized inside, and I have to put through the look at this through that such fence to see much better the part. And in one moment we see the street, also Chestnut Street. There was the different sponsors, they make the restoration of the street, but look at this, the most enchanting houses, cosmetic studios in the such house. Okay, thank you that you are just resilient and you permanently staying, you increasing your resilience with staying on the long live stream. Thank you for people that staying, sharing, and have a look. That is almost invisible, but at night is the very, very big show. There are the playing fountains in the every evening. They are playing, of course, in the winter, not, but the playing fountains over there. Oh, that is the also most enchanting moment. Yes, the highest skyscraper, now 220 meters. That is the developer Up Clan. I don't think that is for helicopter landing. And so-called capital skyscrapers. And that fountains playing at night is the beautiful, colorful, and with music they're making extra flair. This is also music concerts here. And look at this, how enchanting area there's actually getting extra round. And the summer residence of family Potocki used to be, now is the no more summer residence. How hard work for the mom pushing up the pram and she getting the street, home Army Street, Inglorious Bastard Street. The army that was the north, but is the almost invisible foundation fix. But look at this, here is the Ród Lubomirski, that is the sponsoring. Ród Lubomirski, Spytek Ligenza, sponsored. Frederick Alstause for the beautiful restoration of the houses. But now look at this, we're going Chestnut Alley. Chestnut is the Kasztanowa. And here that's making big impression. It's now the cosmetic studio inside. We see the bust of the figure of Adam Mickiewicz over there. But look at this, pumpkins are already for the Halloween. But look at this opposite, what's going on here is the moat. That's why there's the place called Moat, and the castle of Rzeszów, but the completely unknown for tourists. Why? That was the court and the different institution connecting, like a criminal police or so, they making such houses around. That's why there's no entry for tourists, no for tourists. That's why only from outside we see the main gate to the Rzeszów castle. That's why the for tourists is almost out of beaten tracks. And the house that is like a number one from the all houses here. That is such part of the still going any cars. We see RZ is the from Rzeszów. RZ, the castle in Rzeszów on the opposite side, and that is the architecture of Tadeusz Tekielski. Tadeusz Tekielski, beginning of 20th century. That part is the most impressive. Tadeusz Tekielski style, look at this. That is the enchanting style of the very unique architecture from, we say, little taking from Switzerland, transformed here in the Polish art. Here's also with Sandayer, the next house, but is now the owners don't want to say who is the owner of the house. There's like a mystery, but I think they are connected with the court and matters connecting with justice. Now is the company Marma. They're making production, Polskie Folie, they're making the plastic packages, the wrapping matters. Oh, this is the very rich matter, the wrapping company. You know, now production of plastic and medicine is the best business. That's the better than other matters. Okay, then we getting to the creator of the Rzeszów, or the creator of location of the city Rzeszów. In the summer is much more busy, is the Fossa club. They putting the deck chairs around, and there is the clubbing place in the Fossa, close the castle. But now is the too cold, and FOC, it means Fossa. Thank you for other people that joining. You are all great. I think and already I could finish my life because I jumping over the stone. That's okay. Let's just get the. And in one moment we see, making lives is always a big challenge. It seems easy to make the live stream, but it's not. And have a look. Here is Jan Pęksa, Jan Pęksławic, the creator of the location of city Rzeszów, 1354, exactly 19 January 1354. That was the diplomat and knight of King Casimir the Great, and because of him there was the location of the city Rzeszów. Location of that. He was from the little village Strożysk, so called, but he's looking to nowhere. On that part is the like a looking direction Krakow, I suppose. That's yes, because he got the from king. Look at this, at his shoes, special for the horses. Such the making cut, and this alley is the under chestnuts, under the alley under chestnuts. And one moment, as I promised, we're getting to the main gate of the castle of Rzeszów. During the war, of course, there was using by the Germans as the prison. Such the castle was a strong prison. Of course, the place good for defending towers. That's why the Gestapo they use as the prison. That's why we see the also interrogating place from the Second World War. But now is the court. No entry for tourists. Cool mural on the right. Thank you for joining, new guys, especially for Filipinos. Filipinos are always very big appreciated that you jumping to my very rare live streams. Is not every day, but every once a month I try to make the live stream. Not every day. That's why I appreciate you. Much more active. I was on the TikTok, for instance. And look at this. That is the under chestnuts alley pod kasztanami, and the main entrance to the justice, we say any place that is the no entry for other people from public, but is the castle of Rzeszów with the onion-shaped part, and that's all. And the last building that I want to show you, the part is electric car, green. I've got the electric Tesla cars, and that is the last accent. Thank you especially for all members that started from the beginning here with me. Big thanks, you are great. And the last building that I want to show you, that is the building with the such tower. It looked like a different. That was any monastery, but they turned into prison. Then there was the criminal. Now is the police criminal. They making any research. That's why it's the investigation. That's why now is the building in the hands of police. Yes, and the buses, environmental friendly, with the friendly energy, hybrid or things like that. And then we're getting the main street. Okay, that's all. I don't want to make the extremely long live streams. Thank you for joining me in Rzeszów, not Kraków, but probably there would be more short lives from other places, because I'm going visit Warsaw, Kazimierz Dolny, Lublin, Łańcut, Landshut, and again Rzeszów, and then that's why I'm making such loop around Poland. Then Kraków, Łódź. No, we see that is everything ahead of me and my visitors. That's why all the best. Thank you for watching that part, and you could book the tours straight, live tours with me around Poland. Thank you, and see big thanks, and enjoy watching again full film about the quirky town Rzeszów, 170 kilometers east from Kraków, close the Ukrainian frontier. All the best. Bye bye. Thank you, and see you in the next live streams. Bye bye.